But today's food is, or lunch, early lunch, very early dinner, is stuffed shells with ricotta cheese. It is 9:39, so it gives you an idea how early I'm starting this stuff. But I do want to show you kind of how simple and quick you can make a really nice Italian meal for the family. And if you do make enough, you can almost freeze these shells and then just pop them in the oven. So really what we're gonna fixate on is the ricotta cheese. So let's get this going. This is literally how I do it, you guys. Squeeze the container. Yep. Let me do that. So I use about half a container. So I'm gonna use 2 large, and I'm gonna actually fold that into the cheese. And while I'm talking, the actual water is actually boiling, so that when I get this cheese and everything made, I can just tuck it away in the refrigerator and focus on the shells. So let's get this going. And what the egg does, it actually helps bind everything and actually makes the cheese fluffy so when it rises. So you really don't want to beat the egg, you want to fold it in. Okay. Just sprinkle a little bit of Himalayan salt. Sometimes too, with ricotta cheese, sometimes I make it sweet. Sometimes I do sprinkle in a little bit of the sugar. This time we're making it savory, not sweet. So we're doing it. And then this is actually fresh ground pepper that I made, just blended up. So you get a little pepper, so it's nice and hot. You get the chunks. We'll give this a couple folds. Just to break up the yolk. And then, there we go. Cheese time. Yeah, I'm a cheese freak. A cup or so. So it just depends on how you want it. Cheesy or not, less or more. So it's a preference. I like cheesy, but not too when you can't eat it properly. So probably about a third cup. Actually, I'm gonna put some parsley in it. See how I'm folding it? Fold and push down. This is literally fresh parsley, dried. You can see those huge chunks. Rehydrate them. So that's the easiest way to preserve, because believe it or not, once you dry them out and you rehydrate them, they're actually stronger than when they were freshly used or before you dry them out. So you can smell that. Fold that in, gives it color, and like I said, it'll rehydrate with the cheese and the milk and the eggs. Okay. Sometimes I also will be your cheese stuffing. Now, put it in the refrigerator and okay, that's down, the stuffing. Now we're gonna get these shells from Great Value, a couple bucks, and we're gonna boil them. Sometimes I will actually boil the whole thing, because sometimes you'll get the ones that are perfectly shaped, like this one, or you'll get some weird ones that are kind of like spaced out like that, or you'll get ones that are crushed that you can't even stuff, like that. So I'm not gonna waste my time boiling it. Let's just chuck it. Now, if you watch my other cooking channels or other shows, when you're dealing with carbohydrates, you need to salt the water, and for that, it's because carbohydrates will absorb that sodium. And when you don't salt the water, you'll find yourself adding more salt to it, and you won't understand why. So let's get this going. Okay. So I went with half a box. Let's get going with the sauce. So I'm trying to hack this because it is a recipe that I love, and sometimes with good food takes multiple steps to then combine it all together. So what I'm gonna do, usually I used to put this on the pot, but what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna blend it in my Instapot blender. pepper. Yeah, that was a lot. Parsley, so it's gonna be rehydrated within the sauce. And then this is gonna be the base for the meat sauce. For 10 minutes the shells, and we're down to 3 minutes, so it's been about literally 7 minutes right now. They actually feel al dente, which is where I want them to be, so they're not flopping around. I want them semi-soft, but sturdy enough that they're not flopping when I go to stuff them. So, I'm gonna shut off this heat, let them sit there for a hot second, and then we're gonna do the sauce right now. So, plugged in. Okay, wait, let me not do that because safety feature, you need to have the lid on it before you turn it on. That's the sauce. There we go. Pulse. And then actually, so you can select pulse, the speed of mine, and it comes down to it has a genius thing going there. You still see how it's made there. That's just my taste. Perfect width. Oh gosh, awesome. Okay guys, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pour it straight into the pot that I'll be boiling it in, heat it up. I might add some sugar to it. So, like that. Oh, we got some. Here with the shells. That sauce is about to get cranked up. It's about 10-15 right now. And I'm just gonna start stuffing the shells. The whey does separate, so it does look a little watery. So, stir it up. I use a regular cereal breakfast spoon, and I found it to work pretty well. It fits just in the crevice, just like that. And there you go, and I let it just kind of refold itself. And I kind of just plop it there. Before that, I use a tempered glass pan, and I do spray it with avocado oil. And I I like to put the seasoning in real quick before it starts steaming because I've told you guys, never pour your seasonings over a steaming pot. Okay, so science for a second. People might wonder, how do I keep my tomato sauce from spitting all over, right? Well, if you really think about it, there's not a lot of water. So therefore, the heat builds up and it can't evaporate like as if you were to be boiling the noodles. So we got the oven preheating. Ow! What am I? Elbow jacked. Okay, oven's go, preheating 350. Sauce, low and slow. I added extra olive, onions and a spaghetti sauce seasoning. Let me turn this up. Stir that in, has parsley and chili pepper and salt, and a little bit of sugar that was added last minute. And add the stuff in while all the bread is still rising. You can always drape paper towel over it too, because no matter how low you go, it's still gonna bubble, but not as bad. And shut. Got 2 more shells. I think I can stretch it. Let's see. Okay. Perfect. That was perfect. This came out perfect. So 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and a perfect even number 20 to create the meat sauce. And as you can see, the napkin is doing its job. Hey you guys, okay, so It's been about 10 minutes since I put the pasta in, or I'm sorry, 15. So that's what it's looking like. Oh my God, look at that cheese. It's so nice and it's starting to brown. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Okay, and that is our lasagna right here, you guys. Like I said, it's gonna crustify here, and you can see that there's hardly any spillage when you make sure that the cheese is in, and when it melts, it definitely does do its drippings down to everything. So it's been cooling for the last 10-15 minutes.